I have received my first order of food from the Misfits Market. I have not opened the box yet. I cut the seal off the top, but I haven't looked inside. So this Misfits Market thing allegedly is supposed to be food that was rejected from the supermarket for cosmetic reasons and is otherwise perfectly fine. So the theory here is that this food that's in the box otherwise would have gone to waste if it wasn't sold through this business. There's a couple of things to be established here, and that is going to be the price. How does this compare to the food at the supermarket? How does it fare through shipping? And then what is the environmental impact? Because you may be salvaging the food that would go to waste, but if you're shipping things and using plastic film and styrofoam and all this stuff, it probably is even worse. So let's take a look and see what we have here. This was about $43, I think, of food, and the shipping was fairly economical for the weight. This is a pretty heavy package. It was only about $7. So we have there is plastic film in here. It says packaging made from recycled water bottles. This feels like some kind of a cloth material, but I guess it's not. It says curbside recyclable insulated shipping system. So this is alleging that this can go right in the blue bin. I find that hard to believe, but okay. So let's see what we got here. I'll take all this stuff out and put it onto the counter. And this certainly looks perfectly fine. As far as the prices go, on the website, a lot of the prices were measured in units per pound, and the prices seem kind of low, but I think it might be deceiving, because a pound of food is not necessarily, it actually looks really good. A pound of food is not necessarily what you buy all the time, you know, when you grab the stuff off the supermarket. So I'll have to look at the pricing a lot more closely. And then of course you have to factor in the fact that you're paying the $7 for shipping, which, depending on where your supermarket is located, that may or may not be worthwhile. You know, over the last 2 years or so, the price of gas has been outrageous. Now if you're not close to the supermarket, if you're driving 10 or 15 miles to get to the supermarket one way, the time plus the gas money may make the $7 of shipping well worthwhile. So let's see what we have here. We have organic carrots, which are firm and good. They don't look defective. I mean, that one's a little weird shaped, but they're not that bad. That's one package. This package looks fine, and this one's got a little funny thing on the end, but otherwise this package looks fine too. And it's like, I don't mind eating a food that goes crooked on the end. Like, who cares? So this is all. The carrots seem to be perfectly fine. The asparagus looks actually better than the ones that I get at the store. These are very thin, so they're going to be nice and tender. A lot of times the one at the store is very thick. You know, kind of like this one is. Like this piece here is very thick. You want the ones that are thinner. So this looks like a really nice wad of asparagus. You got grapefruits, which are, you know, they're kind of junky on the outside, but if this is fine on the inside, which it probably is, then who cares? This grapefruit looks perfect. I don't see anything wrong with this one. This is a cucumber, which, I mean, it has some cosmetic blemishes here, but it seems like it's fine. This one has the dreaded plastic film on it, but this, you know, it's not straight, but who cares? Let's take a look at these blueberries here. We got Og blueberries. I haven't had blueberries since the summer. That one's a little soft, but I mean, generally, this one's on its way out too. But generally, these are fine. And I don't usually buy blueberries in a box because I find that a lot of them are kind of crummy. So to get a couple of junky ones is not anything out of the ordinary. The blueberries are perfectly fine. I've never heard of this brand before, Elemental Foods. I've never heard of most any of these brands. Never heard of Nature's Bounty. I'm not familiar with, well, this doesn't even have a brand. We got a watermelon here, which obviously is all scuzzy here, but it's not soft, so it probably is fine. It's very small. I got these peppers, which are kind of small. This one's good. Nothing wrong with that. This one seems to be good. Nothing wrong with that one. This one's a little bit, not to the point where I wouldn't eat it, but this one is definitely getting a little bit old. In 2 or 3 days, this probably won't be good anymore, but I'll eat it before then. This one, I mean, the same thing. It's starting to show some age, but it's not spoiled yet. This looks nice. Nice long stalks. I don't understand what's wrong with this. This too looks perfectly fine. I mean, there's a couple of blemishes there, but it's like, doesn't affect the food itself. And we have odd grape tomatoes. Nature Fresh Farms. I'm not familiar with that brand either. These are, a couple of these are, just like the peppers, I would say these are probably on their second to last day before they get kind of junky. I would eat every one of these in here still, they're fine. But they're definitely, they got some age to them. Still good, but some people would be perturbed by that. I'm not one of them. And then lastly we have the, I know these are kiwis, but I don't know what that says. Kiuuis? Kiwis? I don't know. I'm not familiar with this brand either. Looks like this was just resealed or something. These are nowhere near ripe. Actually, this one's a little soft. But the rest of these are good. These are all hard, so these got several days left before they're even ripe. This one's ready to eat, I would say, if not ever so slightly past. So these are good too. So, alright. So all this food, other than these 2 blueberries, I will eat. And again, the blueberries, I find the same thing. Usually there's 1 or 2 junky ones when I buy them from the supermarket anyways. So this isn't bad. I think for $40, this is a pretty good amount of food. Food is expensive, really is. This is enough carrots to last probably 2 weeks. I would say you've got a good, at least 3 servings worth of asparagus here. 2 cucumbers. I would eat this in 2 sittings. It's probably 2 sittings of tomatoes. Kiwis for all week. That watermelon probably could be eaten in 1 sitting. A couple peppers here. These are definitely smaller than the ones that you get in the store, but if they taste the same, then what's the difference? So, well, if this was all theoretically going to waste, that's really a daggone shame, because there's nothing wrong with all this food. So I'll have to eat it and make sure it's okay, but on the surface here, everything seems to be perfectly fine. One other comment I'll make is that this was ordered in the winter time. So it came from New Jersey, which is just a couple of states over. So it was pretty much chilled, for what it's worth, from the time it left the factory to when it got here. In the summertime, when it's 100 degrees out and sunny, I'm not sure how well this stuff would fare. I mean, obviously the fruit and vegetables are not, going to get ruined in the heat. They grow in the heat. But once you take it off the vine and then you put it in the heat, it can start to deteriorate pretty quickly. So I'm not sure how well this will work out in the summer. But for now, I'm quite pleased.